Hello party people, welcome back. It's your girl Gimme. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to the party people world where we like to get lit and talk about stuff and do makeup. This is a life update about how your girl is doing, which is pretty good, might I say myself. Oh wait, dang, that was on my whole intro. Excuse me. So I feel like my life has been crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick recap of my year and like what I've been doing and what I got going on. We're just gonna get right into it. So we're just gonna backtrack to the beginning of 2021. And things started happening in the month of March of 2021. Oh, we're also doing makeup, so let's get started. So, the month of March is when I was working my job. I worked at a restaurant, and I just felt like a freaking robot. Waking up every day, going to this place, spending all of my time at this place, being asked to do so much, not really wanting to do it because, I mean, it's not my dream job, so I wasn't necessarily passionate about it, you know what I mean? And then I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's coming to the point where I literally could not do it. Like, I would go to work and I would be messing up, I wouldn't be present, I wouldn't be doing a good job, like all that. So I was like, let's just quit, like let's just stop while we're here. So it was to the point where like I literally was not even good at a job that doesn't require that much talent or gift, and I was like, okay, let's just stop while we're ahead. So I quit my job. Obviously money comes from working, and you need money to live, right? So that was a change for me. Obviously money comes from working, and you need money to live. That was a change for me. I'm gonna add a little bit more primer to my under eyes. I have never quit a job before. I've been working since the age of 17 years old. Let's see, when I quit, I was 24, so it was like a solid 6-7 years of working back to back. So quitting my job was like a big deal for me, okay? It's like, what did I just do? I put in my 2 weeks notice. First of all, I didn't even know how to put in a 2 weeks notice. It's like, you didn't put a date when you're leaving. I was like, oh, in 2 weeks. After not working for a little bit, I was like, this is weird. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to like struggling this hard. So I was like, I need to find a job. But I didn't want to go back to a restaurant. I was like, I've been in a restaurant business for so long. I no longer want to do that. But time was going by. I needed money. I wanted to go on trips. I just wanted to pay my phone bill. So I was like, okay, fine. So I applied for this job at a hotel, which was new for me. I mean, I worked at a restaurant, but I never worked at like a hotel restaurant. So I was working at a hotel restaurant as a bartender. A big jump from what I was doing before because there wasn't even liquor at the first restaurant. The reason why that was short-lived was because management. It was a new company that had just opened, but management is not all the way there. Like, management is not at its 100%. Just a lot of inconsistency. I'm used to structure, and you know, given that they were new, I guess they didn't have any structure just yet. I have no idea how they're doing now, but it was a mess. It was absolutely a mess, but it was so much fun, and I met cool people, and you know, it was like a chill vibe, and it wasn't big, it was small, it was simple, it was nice. It was just too much on the back end that was affecting the front end, and it was just like, never mind, just kidding. So I worked there from, let's see, I quit in March, I believe, April, May. I think I started working there in June. I quit in March. I think I started working there in May, and then June, July, August. Yeah, so for a few months. August comes around, your girl gets COVID. Like, If I wasn't in so much pain and so much agony, I would have vlogged my COVID experience so I could share with the world how much like this virus is literally, I mean, we know now, but it is not a joke. And I had COVID for a long time. I had COVID for like a month. Yeah, it was in my system for like 4 weeks. So by that time they had already replaced me, and it was to the point where like if I want to work there again, I'd have to reapply. Mind you, I got in August. School starts in August. Let me try and multitask. I'm telling my professors like, hey, I know school's about to start, but I cannot be in class because I have COVID. So the first 2 weeks of school, I'm already behind because I am sick as a dog. Yeah, so that was like a weird transition from like working to not working because I had COVID, but now I can't go to school because I have COVID. It was just literally blocking all of my blessings. And y'all, COVID, oof, I hit a rock bottom. Like that bottom was made of cement. You hear me? So now I'm not working again. So now I'm not working and I can't go to school or whatever. So now I'm behind in class, panicking. The semester goes on, I finally don't have COVID anymore. I'm able to go in class. I finally played catch up, and because I had to play catch up so hard, y'all, mentally, I have never felt that feeling that I felt in August of 2021 in so long mentally. And if you don't know, I struggle with like crippling anxiety and depression. So it hit me hard, like literally on the floor, like actually on my bedroom floor. So now I'm trying to play catch up still. I'm kind of caught up. I'm still kind of behind. I'm not learning the way that I want to learn. Now I have my depression that is locking me in the bed. And now I'm telling my professor, sorry, I can't get out of bed. And how do you even explain that? I don't know how to explain that. Now that I have hit rock bottom, the only way is up, right? So I'm like, get yourself together. So now I'm buckling down. I am buckling down. It's August of 2021. I am buckling down, okay? And I was like, okay, you know what? I need a job. I need to get back on my feet. So now I'm like looking for a job again that can be flexible around my school schedule. I'm literally in school all day, every day. So I need a job that will let me do like a little bit here, a little bit there, and still have some income. One night, I'm on the floor. This is not a depression episode though. I'm on the floor doing schoolwork. I'm feeling much better. My sister texts me like, hey, hit up so-and-so. They might have a job opportunity for you. I'm like, okay, cool. So I hit them up. Literally that night, 9 p.m., I was in an interview for a law firm, another jump in career. And they're like, so how soon can you come in? It was a Monday. And I was like, I could be there on Wednesday. They worked with me at my schedule. Now I'm working as a legal assistant. I went from restaurant to bartender to legal assistant. That's how crazy things was getting for me. And I loved it there. I loved it at that office. Like, if I could work there for real, I would. It was so nice. They were so flexible. I'm working in a professional environment with Black women, Black Haitian women at that, who are lawyers and doing all this stuff for our people. And it was just amazing, right? And they showed me so much appreciation. Like my very first job that I worked at for years, my very last day, I literally just like walked out. I didn't get a goodbye. I didn't get a cake. I didn't get flowers. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all the years. Nothing. At this law firm, I worked there for like 3 months and I got a whole party. Like they catered it and everything, like showing the appreciation that they had for me. And I was like, I freaking love it here. But my school schedule was getting out of hand and I couldn't even find time to be in the office. So I was like, it's been real, y'all. I have to go. So now it's 2022 and I'm still in that semester of school where I'm just like telling myself to keep going, even though it hurts. Yes, it sucks. Yes, your mental breakdowns are getting worse. Yep. You're not eating. It's fine. Just keep going. When that semester was over, I broke. Like when I say broke, like broke. It was crazy because around that time, it was like either something really good is happening or something really bad was happening. And the really bad was surrounded around my mental health. So it was like, even though good things were happening to me, I'm still having mental breakdowns. My depression episodes are going bananas, and it just wasn't making sense to me. I was just so confused. So between November and like the end of the semester, which is in January, one of the good things that was happening to me is that I got engaged. I got engaged on Christmas Day, December 25th, 2021, and like, your girl is about to be your wife. Like, yes, like life right then and there to now, cloud 12. I'm in the freaking stratosphere. So I was just so confused as to why my mental health was declining so bad when I honestly felt good. Like, I felt good. And I think that also broke me even more, because it's like, how bad does your mental have to be when good things are happening to you and you go to bed at night crying? You know what I mean? It was just so confusing and so discouraging and so annoying. Well, I became so optimistic after my engagement, because I just feel like if I can get engaged, then like, I don't know, like the love, like I'm receiving real love. It made me feel so optimistic about my future. And that's crazy how love from one person can do that for me. I realized that like I'm this new person. My best friend called it Gimme 2.0. I'm this new person because I'm just receiving like this genuine love. Even throughout all this craziness in my life, like my partner, he finds a way to like be the light at all times. Not me about to get emotional, but like, it's so amazing. So now all this stuff is happening. I finally buckled down on my mental health. I said, you know what? I'm not about to let you ruin this vibe, because this vibe right here is fire. I like it here. So what you gonna have to do is go. So I seeked out for mental health, which I've never done. Like, I've never been to therapy. I've never been to counseling. I mentioned my depression to my doctor one time, and they wanted to put me on medication. I was like 18 years old, and I said no, because at the time I was just too unhealthy to even sustain anything in my body. So I feel like when I took the medication, it would just make me feel very sick. But now I'm revisiting it as a grown adult who literally went through the worst period of their mental health, and I'm like, yes, I want counseling, I want therapy. So I went. I'm still currently in counseling. I'm still currently in therapy. And thanks to my therapist / counselor, they were able to crack down and ask me really hard questions about things that I never thought I would talk about to anybody. And I've opened up, and y'all, sorry, a little side note. If you're struggling with mental health, or if you're not, go to therapy. Their job is to literally just listen to you spew craziness that's in your brain. And when it comes out, they'll put the pieces together for you and give it to you and be like, here's what just happened. And it's amazing. You're like, oh my God, it's amazing. But anyway, so I finally went to therapy, and come to find out, I guess because years and years of dealing with this mental health, it came to the point where I had to see a psychiatrist. Like, that's where we had to head. We went to a psychiatrist. After talking to my therapist over a series of sessions and taking multiple tests and doing all this stuff, that's when he looked at me. Okay, first of all, before we even got to the conclusion that I needed a psychiatrist, he asked me a very important question. Those mental breakdowns that I talked about earlier, that time when I had like 2, but before that, maybe in the year 2020 or maybe 2018, 2019, I used to get them chronically, like once every 2 months. Like that would just be a thing, right? He said, how often do these happen? I said, maybe like 6 times a year. He looked at me and was like, that's not normal. He was like, I don't mean to judge, but that's not normal. Like, that's not something that should be happening to you. Like, I went into depth of what I was thinking to what I was feeling physically, mentally, spiritually. And he's like, this is not supposed to happen to a human, like, as much as it's happening to you. So that's when he was like, yeah, I'm gonna need some help with this. And at first I didn't understand what he meant by that. I didn't understand, like, he's gonna need some help. I thought he just wanted me to explain some more so he can figure out like what to tell me and stuff like that. And then that's when he brought out the psychiatrist's name, and I was like, oh. He's like, yeah, this is not just you being sad because things are happening to you, because we just, as I just said, like, good things were happening to me and it was still happening. He was like, this is a chemical imbalance. Never heard of that before in my life. Like, I just never. He's like, yeah, this is a chemical imbalance and you need to get help. Now I'm like, I'm already in therapy. Like, golly, you got a lot going on. And mind you, y'all, I'm still jobless, still struggling in school. And now I just found out that I have a chemical imbalance that now I have to find time to deal with, because I told myself that, you know, you're going to take your mental health seriously and this is what you got to do and this is what you got to do. And I prayed long and hard about it, because I was like, Lord Jesus, please, how am I going to find the time to see a psychiatrist and a therapist and go to class and do my homework and study and have a romantic life and have a social life and be a daughter and be a sister and be an aunt? Like, Lord God, how am I going to do that? When you got God on your side, the worry does not last always. It really doesn't, because I figured it out. Well, I'm figuring it out. So now I'm seeing a psychiatrist who is just this sweet lady. And when you go to a therapist and they refer you to a psychiatrist, they send over all the tests to the psychiatrist. Those conversations can be really hard to have, especially with strangers. So she was seeing me like be emotional, be vulnerable, and then 1 minute happy, 1 minute da da da. Y'all, the psychiatrist told me I'm bipolar. She was like, it's just an observation. We're gonna have to do some tests. I'm like, Jesus, you giving these people all this knowledge for these tests? So now I'm taking a test for bipolar disorder. And come to find out, your girl actually has, I forgot what it was. Bipolar 1, 2, whatever the one that's not so severe is. My heart dropped when she said medication. I feel like I'm one of the blessed ones, because usually when you're struggling with depression and anxiety, you are prone to like alcoholism, drug addiction, you know, things of that nature. But I just always knew to stay away, because there was a point in my life, I was really young, and it's like I did go to like alcoholism and things like that. And then so like I realized it, which takes a lot of self-awareness for you to realize like, oh, you're about to become an addict, or oh, you're about to make a mistake because you're intoxicated. It takes a lot of self-awareness. That's why I feel like I'm lucky and blessed, because not a lot of people have that. All of the what ifs were happening in my brain. I look good. Now like the meeting's over, I'm like, oh my goodness. I was like, Jesus, please, I don't want to be on medication. 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 Excuse me. The psychiatrist sets up a follow-up for my first one. And then that's when she brings up, she's going to prescribe me medication, because my chemical imbalance to her seemed as if like, if it keeps going on like this, it's just going to get worse. Yeah, your girl's on medication now. I am currently taking medication for my anxiety and my depression. I'm on an antipsychotic and I'm on an antidepressant. And you know what? I'm actually kind of proud of myself, because it does take courage, and I got it. So now I'm wedding planning, I'm managing my mental health. School, my classes are going great this semester. Things have changed drastically. Like Gimme 2.0 is taking off. I'm proud of Gimme 1.0 for even pushing to get to Gimme 2.0, which is where we are at today. This is funny. I look funny. Now that's where we are today, and getting on medication is not as easy as I thought. When it deals with chemical in your brain, obviously like it's gonna do like some dramatic changes. I thought that was gonna be another break for me as well, because when I first started the medication, the side effects had me out for about 2 weeks. that was just side effects. By God's grace and mercy and the way that he works, like, life was able to stand still for me for 2 weeks. Because, you know, like anything in life, it gets worse before it gets better. I felt that. The most that it did was the drowsiness, and that is what scared me so bad. Like, that triggered my anxiety, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Like, it triggered my anxiety before it treated it. Now I'm getting headaches and getting nauseous and getting drowsy and all this stuff, trying to drive. Y'all, hold on. We're gonna take another step back. So we took another step back and just rested. And during that rest, I still went to therapy, still went to counseling. I was still meeting with my psychiatrist, obviously, because she was giving me medication. So I had to, like, tell her what was going on. I stayed on it. I just didn't stay on life. I took me a little break. No matter what you're doing in life, a new business venture, a change of career, a life change, take a break. Rest. Rest your body. Rest your body. You hear me? Rest it. So now, after being fully rested and, like, taking my time and finally learning not to panic when I felt those, like, dizzy spells. So now I believe that we're completely up to date. I guess what's going on now, I'm wedding planning, I'm saving. Oh, I'm not working. Back to the weirdness, right? Like, I don't understand what is with me and being weird. I know what it is. I'm trying to focus on school so I can get out, because I don't want to be a wife and a student. I really don't want that. It's weird not moving a lot and just, like, going to school and then coming back home. Like, okay. Kind of makes me feel like, girl, what are you doing with your life? I have to, like, remind myself, you know what you're doing with your life. You chose this. Gimme 2.0 is creating her reality, okay? Yeah, but I'm good now, y'all. Like, one thing that I am struggling with is consistency with the medicine. Like, sometimes I forgot to take it, like, yesterday or the day before yesterday. But then when I do take it, it's like starting over. It's like the side effects come, like, boom! Ha! Scared you. Like, it's not anything crazy. I just would like to be consistent, like with anything else in my life. I'm also working out. I currently have on my, oh, you can't see it. I have on my waist trainer right now. Because I'm trying to get, I'm going to the Bahamas. Okay, I'm planning trips because the Gimmy's in a good headspace, and this headspace deserves to be on a yacht. I'm not getting on no boat. Yeah, I deserve to be on vacation. Why should I not be on vacation? It's because I'm broke? Maybe, but I don't care. I'm gonna make it shake. I'm gonna do something. I'm making it happen. So now these days, I'm just doing makeup, hanging out with friends, catching up with my family, because that time that I just was, like, down bad, it literally takes a lot of time. Like, when you're in any type of pain, it takes time. You don't think about it like that, but heal and you'll see. So yes, I'm currently happy. I'm currently wedding planning. I currently stay with a smile on my face. I laugh all the time. I don't even think about laying in bed for so long. I'm starting to wake up early at, like, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., getting my day started. I'm productive. I said I'm happy already. I'm optimistic, which I already said. And God is good. I'm good. Life is good. So I'm gonna finish this face and I'm gonna come right back to you guys. Oh, before I go, prepare to be sick of me. Prepare to be sick of me, because your girl is about to come back with consistency. I'm manifesting it. It's in my journal, so it's gonna happen. And while you're here and listen to me chit chat, go ahead and subscribe and like this video and let me know what you like so far about it. One thing that I forgot to mention was the people in my life for me, having patience, waiting on me. Okay, they were very patient, very supportive, vocal about their opinions. But it's all love, and I just appreciate them so much, especially my fiance. You can watch my previous video to see how I just feel about him and how he just finds ways to make me feel like a girl again. Yeah, I just want to thank everybody in my life, and I just want to say that I'm so grateful for them, and I also want to say that I look good right now. I'm so good. Yeah. So we are back with the completed look. I just want to say that I really like this look. This green vibe. It's really giving. It's really giving. I love this. So this is the conclusion of my life update video. Thank you so much for listening to me chit chat for however long this video is, if you made it to the end. Also, just like, I just want to give like words of encouragement for people who are probably going through the same situation, like on a very serious note. Get help. Don't be ashamed. Sum up that courage. It's easier said than done. I completely understand that, but I can testify that like taking that step for yourself is so liberating and it's so amazing. And I just want people to get into the headspace and get into a space physically and mentally and spiritually where like they're okay, you know, like where they're okay with being happy and not having something like come and take it away from them. Thank you again. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys like this video, and make sure you guys leave a comment. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys.